Hi there guys, and welcome back once again to the channel in what is probably going to be a new little series that I've started up. Basically it's a vlog, and it's going to be kind of something a little bit separate to the podcast that I do, because I feel like in the podcast, obviously when it's me and Lee, and obviously I will hope to try and get more people on this year and new people and everything, we always kind of go for more specific topics and everything, and I think I kind of needed a separate one where I can just talk about things like in my life and everything, and just general things that are on my mind. So I thought I would do, I'm probably going to call it a ramble, like Jonesy's Ramble or something. It's only going to be like sort of a 10-15 minute video or something, but yeah, I thought I would start today because there's things to talk about. I mean, there's this for starters, which I will get onto in a second, but I thought first of all I would start with things that are happening on the channel and sort of what's new, what's changing, what's staying, what's going and everything, because you know, since the move and everything, I've been having a little bit of a rethink of kind of how I'm wanting to go with the channel. Not as much as I have before, but just sort of a few little tweaks here and there, basically just to make it more enjoyable for me, hopefully more enjoyable for you, just keep things sort of running nice and smooth and everything. Because since the move and everything that I've been releasing, all the videos I've been doing, which has mainly been sort of me talking to camera for various reasons, or just mainly gaming stuff, which is kind of the route I want to go down, I've been getting really great responses from people. I mean, even with the gaming ones where the view count is never really high, you know, I'm lucky if I get to double figures with those. Even with that, you know, got new people watching and subscribing to me and commenting on videos and everything, or catching up with me on social media. So yeah, since the move, I don't know what's happened, or whether it's the stuff that I have been releasing, I don't know, but it just feels different, and but good. It feels different in a good way. So yeah, I thought I'd sort of help keep things running like that and keep things running smoothly. So let's get on to things that I'm going to be doing and changing on the channel. So first and foremost, the gaming side of things. So Jonesy Plays, at the moment I've currently got Firewatch and Game of Thrones, which I actually finished recording about 2 weeks ago, I think. I managed to get them both done in like a massive bulk recording session in one day. So they are basically some are edited, some are waiting to be edited, but basically everything's scheduled and ready to go out. Well, no, it isn't. I've clearly lied to you there, because I said that some are still to be edited, so they're clearly not all ready to be scheduled and go out. So but yes, basically what I'm saying is those two series are basically done with from my point of view, although there's probably about, you know, another week or so worth of material there for you to go at. So I will probably get on and do some of that today and get it all edited and scheduled. So I've already got in mind what I want to do for sort of my next complete series. I don't want to call those ones Jonesy Completes. I like the idea of keeping it Jonesy Plays and then the gaming title and everything. But I do want to throw in there every now and again just sort of the odd one-off video of me playing a game. You know, I don't want this channel to become a complete series channel. So again, I've got some ideas in my head of games that I just want to do kind of edited versions of. You know, hopefully have a bit of fun with them. You know, there's some new games coming out. There's some old games that I want to play around with as well, which could be quite fun. So yeah, Jonesy Plays as a series is going to be a mixture of completes and kind of one-off edited kind of videos. I'm also wanting to finally get back to doing the challenges. You know, it was one that I started. I think the only one I did was the Binding of Isaac, but I've still got the ideas even from back then of what I want to do with the challenges. You know, I've got Dark Souls that I wanted to do on the PS3. And there's a couple more challenges that I've got in my head. So keeping in mind with that, if you guys can think of any gaming challenges that I could do, then do let me know. You've seen the kind of games that I like to play and everything, although in this instance I would actually happily play any game, because with it being a challenge, it would actually be quite fun to play a game that I'm not really that comfortable with, well, like Dark Souls for example. But yeah, I'd love to sort of get feedback from you and ideas from you for challenges, and get that sort of as an ongoing thing that we can get into. So yeah, the challenges are going to be coming back, and I'm going to be kind of, you know, continuing with that as a more regular feature. I've also had another idea, because what I've done awfully on this channel is starting a series and actually completing it. So to actually get 2 under my belt, like in this last month, is really quite a great feeling. Yeah, it's something I want to continue. Like, if I do start something now, I want to continue with it and actually complete it. But I thought, as a little idea, this isn't a series that would kind of keep on going, but I can't think of what to call it yet. But basically I want to go back to the series that I started and go back to the point where I finished it and go through and actually complete the game. So I'm thinking my LA Noire series, which was way back, we're talking over 3 years ago now. I even started Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, I believe, or was it Assassin's Creed 2? No, I'm pretty sure it's Brotherhood. I started Brotherhood, and I did something else. There was a Far Cry 3 Permadeath, which I started, but I don't even think I even died in that. I just stopped doing it. But back then when I was recording, it was a lot more difficult to actually do it, whereas now it's really simple. So it would be great to go back to those series. So I'm going to be calling like Have Another Go or something along those lines anyway. So that's what you can expect, sort of basically from the gaming side of things. So as I mentioned before, the podcast will be continuing. I'll hopefully get one under my belt maybe on Wednesday. I'm not sure. It would be nice to get Charlie on at some point. But I'm not sure, whether that will happen or not, basically. So failing that, it will obviously be Lee. And like I say, I do want to get other people onto my podcast. So again, if anyone is watching and has watched the podcast and likes what we talk about in that and feels like they want to get involved, give me a message or give me a shout or something, and we could try sort something out. Do it via Skype or over the internet or anything, or if we can manage to meet up, then that would be even better and easier. But yeah, there's a few people that I've kind of got in my mind that I want to do it with anyway. So that will definitely be continuing along with these rambling videos. I'm going to be continuing the unboxing videos because they've gone down really well. The My Geek Box ones have got a great response from people, actually. Again, quite a few people on like social media have been talking to me about it, and I've actually subscribed to 2 more different boxes. Not for as long as the My Geek Box ones, but I think I've just kind of done one-off ones at the moment and see how they go. Again, I don't want to turn into like an unboxing channel because that, I just like doing it, because the My Geek Box one I've really enjoyed. Like, I've actually enjoyed the content that I've got, even if it's not been something I've been that interested in or that into. I've actually thought they're pretty neat, and for the price, you really can't go wrong for it. I think you're well worth the money getting them anyway. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how these other 2 go. So there will be probably 3 unboxing videos this month, I would have thought, although one I'm maybe holding off until May, but I'll get onto that in a minute as well, possibly, maybe, I don't know, we'll see. And I'll probably also be doing like the one-off kind of vlog / just me talking to camera about certain subjects. For example, like the rejection video that I did the other week. Again, kind of talking to people now. Thank you so much for the love and support that came back from that video. I mean, as I mentioned in it, in a way I was kind of doing it to kind of get things off my chest and talk about it and everything, so kind of a bit of self-counselling in a way. But I do hope that it kind of resonated with some people and some people could take things from it, and I think people did as well, which is great. But yeah, the response from that and the comments I had from people were just so lovely. It was like one of the best kind of videos in that sense that I've done for quite a while. So yeah, thank you very much to everyone that did either watched it or liked it or sent messages to me over that. That was really appreciated. But yeah, I'm contemplating maybe continuing doing stuff like that. If a certain subject crops up that I feel I want to talk about, I'll just plonk the camera on and see what happens, because like with that one, that's probably one of the most natural videos I've ever done. In the past I will often make bullet points. Like for this one, I've got bullet points on my phone in front of me, or I will have actually written a script or things like that. Whereas that one, I literally had no idea what I was going to talk about. I just sat down in front of the camera and spoke for however long I spoke for. And in a way, sometimes that can go against you, because you just spend the majority of the time not knowing what you're doing and where you're going with it, and it just ends up being a rambling mess, kind of like what this is. But other times it can end up being, gold, and it comes out sorry. I'll see how that goes. That, like I say, it'll be kind of every now and again, when I do that, if it's something that I feel strong enough to actually talk about, again, I will do that. You know, it's not something I want to start doing as a regular thing where it's like, you know, I'm giving advice out on that, because it's not really the kind of, well, no, it is the kind of guy that I am in my private life and my personal life, but I don't want to be a YouTube advice giver. That's not my kind of scene, really. And to finish off, something that I will not be doing anymore and has ended quite sadly in my point of view, but there's been no real want or need for it. People don't seem to be missing it, and that's question time. It probably run its course, to be honest, with question time. It's something that I'd started off not thinking I was going to do that many episodes of it. You know, doing a Q&A thing on a channel this small, you know, I didn't think was ever really going to be anything massive, and it, you know, it wasn't massive, but it got a bigger following than what I thought it would. And although it probably sometimes didn't get the responses that I kind of needed for it, you know, I could always guarantee on at least sort of 3 or 4 people to be asking questions, and every now and again I would get tons of questions in. So, you know, at its height it was really enjoyable. I really loved doing it. It was just something different to do, and it's that real proper connection and kind of reaction and talking to people and everything, and interaction. That's the word I was looking for. You know, I did enjoy that, and I'm not ruling it out that I'll never do it again, but it'll probably be more a one-off, like once every 4 or 5 month kind of thing. So I do know that some people did enjoy it and watch it, and I have had people asking me, you know, if I'm going to continue with it. But basically, since the last one, I kind of said in that one, you know, if people are interested, let me know, and like, no one commented back or anything. So I think it kind of, you know, it's best to leave it where it was, instead of trying to push it out and, you know, drag questions out of people and everything. It's you know, sometimes best to just draw a line under everything. So yeah, no more question time, and yeah, I'm just going to be carrying on with everything else that I've mentioned there. So that's what's happening with the channel, and yeah, I'm feeling really good and excited about it. It's all seems to be coming together nicely now, and that kind of coincides with how this is all coming along anyway. So yeah, this is the office now. It's still got a lot of work to go to something. I've got a lot of work to do, and this has got a long way to go. I think that's what I was trying to say. So over there, you'll see a Tetris lamp, which to me is the best thing that's in here, really. And then next to that little box there is actually a record player, because you can probably just see the records down there as well. It's something I've always wanted, and I really like that kind of little, you know, retro style kind of record player. Anyway, let's sort of move this a little bit and see if this will work very well. It probably will. Oh crap! This is my current setup. So I've got a big Fred desk from IKEA. So I've finally got like my double monitor set up and everything, so I can finally record easier than what I could before. I mean, it was just it really was a bit of a ball ache at times. I could never really listen to the sound of the games that I was playing properly. So finally having this two monitor set up and everything is great. Got my microphone here and everything, and keyboard and control and everything. Got my PS4 down there, the tower down there, and then I've just got like a few pop vinyls up there, my PS4 camera, and then just sort of a few little posters dotted around there. There's Sips, and we've got Martin above me. So then round here, that is basically where Lee and Charlie are going to be doing all their work from. They are both going to have the same desk at some point, but obviously, you know, we couldn't buy it all at the same time. So Charlie's going to be sort of there under that corner, and then Lee's going to be working from there. You'll see that's where the entrance of the loft is. So yeah, it is kind of dangerously close, but we are sorting like a hatch and a latch out for that. But that's the temporary sort of Charlie proofing that we've got there, just 2 little bits like plywood and everything. So this side of the room, ignore the awful damp up there, hopefully we'll get that sorted. This is sort of going to be basically nerd shelves and everything. I mean, you can sort of see my few little pop vinyl figures that are down there. But yeah, that's where we're going to sort of have storage and nerdy collecting things and shelves and units and everything for over there. And then over this way, where this box currently is. This is sort of going to be the snug side of the room. So over this bit here, we're going to have a little like camp bed, fold out bed thing that's just constantly going to be there. So when we have visitors round and everything, but we're going to make it really sort of nice and cosy and everything, so it doesn't look like a crappy little wooden bed. Then, like I say, there in the middle, in those drawers, we're going to have like books and comics and various kind of crappy things that you can do. And then in that corner there, we're going to have like a bean bag, and basically it's just going to be sort of a place where like either me and Charlie can just come and chill out when we want and put the record player on and read some comics or whatever, if we just wanted to chill out somewhere other than our rooms, or in the living room or whatever. And equally, you know, like when we've got friends and guests around and everything, we can kind of just come up here, chill in the office. You know, some people can be on computers, some people can be on the bean bag and everything, and yeah, it's just going to be a nice sort of chilled out room and everything. So yeah, I mean, we've got a long way to go with it. It's just kind of little bits at a time. We need to not decorate it, but just put more posters and canvases and prints and stuff around the place. So yeah, this is how it's looking at the moment, but well, I mean, I'm personally so happy with it, and Charlie's as well, and Lee's excited about it all. So this is where all the proper recording for like bar tack gaming and everything is going to start happening once we're all set up in the same room and everything. So we've got to wait a while for that, basically because we all need the same equipment. You know, eventually I'm going to be getting a new PC. Charlie is then going to have this one, and every time Lee comes, he's going to have to be bringing his PC. You know, I'm going to have to get an Xbox One. Charlie needs an Elgato. Lee needs an Elgato and everything for recording. So yeah, we've got a bit to wait until everything's sorted. So anyway, let me put you back. So that's a little tour of the room. And how everything's looking at the moment. Also, I'm not sure if this is how I'm always going to do it from this camera. I'm basically using the webcam at the moment. Oh yes, that's something that I haven't told you about yet. Yeah, I'm using the webcam right now, and obviously the microphone here and everything. I would have used sort of my vlogging digital camera, but I'm afraid she's a little bit poorly at the moment due to last weekend. Just before, we were going to IKEA on the Sunday, and on the Saturday night we got a little bit drunk. Lee and Meg were around, and Charlie had a friend around, and yeah, we got a little bit drunk. And when we were in this drunken state, me and Lee thought it would be a good idea to come up here and start measuring properly for things, so for the desk and for the desks over there and everything. And during that drunken state, me and Lee managed to pull the ladder off the loft entrance, and we got stuck up here a little while. Whilst we were up here, we thought it would be a good idea to throw the box that was in that corner there at Charlie from up here and film it whilst we were doing it. And a mixture of things, basically my stupid throw-in and the idea of filming it in the first place and everything. Basically the camera dropped from the loft entrance down onto the floor, and it is pretty knackered. I'm not going to lie, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to fix it or get it fixed. It seems really, really fucked, solidly fucked. So I may have to buy another one, which is obviously not cheap. So any vlogging or anything like that. Oh yeah, oh my god, yeah, how did I forget from my thing? Yeah, the diary's going to be continuing. Yeah, I'm going to be continuing that throughout the year. It's not going to be every week, it's just going to be every now and then. But yeah, that's going to be the main thing that suffers from not having the vlogging camera, because obviously that's what I use for it. So until I get my new camera, or at least get that one fixed, there'll be no diary obviously. But yeah, the diary will be continuing, but it'll just be when I kind of think it would be worth it. You know, I don't want to be filming on weeks when nothing happens. But yeah, I would have been using vlogging camera for like things like this and other things. So for now, it's kind of just between a webcam and my DSLR, which is always a bit awkward for doing vlogging, because with my DSLR I don't have a flip screen with it and everything. So you know, focusing properly and getting the lighting right is a bit of a ball ache. And you'll see right now it is incredibly light in this room. I mean, we've got two windows coming down either side. So working with light in this room is going to be a bit awkward, I think, at times. But yeah, just got to work with what I've got, I suppose. So I think I'm probably going to leave it there, because I've already rambled longer than what I thought I was gonna talk about something else as well. But like I say, I want to keep this ramble series kind of a short thing, just talking about more things that are going on in my life rather than other issues and everything. So I will save talking about the BAFTA Gaming Awards probably until the podcast, if we get to do that on Wednesday with Lee or Charlie or anyone. Well, I say anyone. I'm not just going to get someone in from the street or, well, I don't know, it might be a good idea actually. So I'm going to leave it there, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you were looking forward to content coming up on the channel. So now I'm finally kind of properly set up and everything. There will be more regular content coming up on the channel. I'm going to keep up to date with uploading and kind of scheduling and editing content and everything, and make sure that everything is smooth, because this channel for the past couple of months, obviously due to reasons kind of out of my control, it's been very sloppy, and the content has not been going out regularly enough. There's been long gaps, and then I've been sort of uploading constantly for a week, and then there's been another gaps and everything. So hopefully now I'll get into some kind of schedule and some kind of rhythm, and everything will be nice and happy again, I suppose. But yeah, like I said, I'm going to leave it there. Hope you enjoyed it, guys. I hope you're all having a nice weekend, and until next time, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you all very soon.